Hi, Jennifer Keitt here, your Chief Empowerment Officer. Just wrapped up a very dynamic show with cast members from TLC's The Sisterhood and Ivy. Little firecracker, Ivy.
I can be.
You can be, exactly. Tell me, how did it feel to sit through? It was a rough hour. Some of the calls, they were very frank in terms of how they felt about it. What do you feel right now?
I feel wonderful. I want to thank you for having us on. I think it's wonderful to allow us the platform to speak from our heart, and you let our husbands speak from their heart. And I think it's good for people to have an opinion. This is what this world is built on. This is what it is to be a Christian, and we have to let people speak their heart. That is how we can, speak back in love and come to some common ground.
So, Ivy, this whole idea about black women and how we deal with each other, and you did mention during the show one point that you were a little disappointed with some of the editing. Tell me a little bit more about that, because you weren't as defensive against that kind of critique that talked about how we showed each other and how the portrayal happened on TV. So talk to me about that.
No, because I'm not perfect. And we knew that signing up for this, when you open up your lives, yes, my attempt was to be prayed up every minute. It was exhausting because you're constantly saying, God, I don't want to fail you. I don't want to fail my church. I don't want to fail my husband. I don't want to fail myself. But within all of that, God knows that outside of him, I'm nothing but a filthy rag.
Wow.
So I'm in process, just like my castmates, just like the critiquers. We are all in process. And so the moment that you stop and stop thinking that you're in process, and the moment that you judge someone else, be careful whom you judge, that you won't be judged. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
You take the speck out of your eye, but you are in
some new territory here.
Yeah.
Tell me how, as 2013 progresses, how you're going to reinvent. How are you going to continue to keep that process going?
Well, I'm staying open to what God's plan is. He has me on this wild ride.
Yeah.
I trust him, unequivocally. And my husband and I do things only on one accord as a couple.
Okay.
And, we love our church family. Our church family, I think one of the blessings is that they're so comfortable with it because who we are on television is who we are to them. So a lot of them have come up to me and, they've said, you're not any different. So in reinventing myself, staying prayerful, staying open, staying loving, it's all about love. You can know the word, you can be, a great orator of the word, but if you don't show love, then there's nothing there.
I appreciate your
Thank
openness,
you.
your honesty, and
Thank
for being
you.
on the show. Make sure you watch the Jennifer
Yes.
Keitt Show and come listen to the Jennifer Keitt Show
great.
every Sunday. Thank you. 7 to 8 p.m. on KISS 104, Atlanta's R&B.